Are there going to be believers left behind after the rapture to be God's foot soldiers or something? So this is a question by Misinformation. Great name there. Well, I think, the rapture, I'm not sure where you stand on that, but let me just give you my perspective. The pre-trib rapture, the idea that we would be removed from planet Earth before the beginning of the tribulation, is something that I held on to all of my life. And then somewhere 2012, 13, 14, I was writing a book, and I wanted to write this book, The Millennium Chronicles, only on the things that I could see in the Bible. And I kept thinking, because this was a novel, and I wanted to really put the timing in there, and I kept looking for verses about the tribulation, or the pre-trib rapture, and I just couldn't find any. And I thought, this is really weird. I go to these conferences, I've made it on the list of who's who for pre-trib teachers, and I have no idea. And then I would ask people at these conferences, other teachers, they had no idea. And then I began to realize that nobody has any idea because it's not there. And so it was a very painful process of relinquishing the pre-trib rapture doctrine, because I loved it. I truly loved it. I was hanging my hat on the pre-trib rapture doctrine, and I just could not find it in the scripture. So I recently published a book, Reclaiming the Rapture. You may want to check that out. It is on Amazon. It's also in my store, douglashamp.com/store. You can check it out there. And I just could not find the evidence for it. So I think the whole premise of the question is perhaps misguided, that it's assuming that there is going to be a pre-trib rapture and that there could be people left behind once this rapture thing happens. But nowhere in Scripture does it speak of a pre-trib rapture. Nowhere does it speak of millions of people being removed from planet Earth in a secret rapture. It doesn't speak about anywhere that the entity known as the church, quote unquote, the church, is going to be taken out, and then God's going to refocus his attention back to the Jews or Israel. It's missing the point altogether, I think. And I would suggest that it's missing the point because, based on my previous answer, the prophecy and the promise of the Commonwealth of Israel, that we would all become part of Israel. We don't replace Israel. We don't replace the Jews, but we are their long-lost brother, and we become part of them into this entity known as the Commonwealth of Israel. You can look it up in Ephesians chapter 2, verse 12, that we're going to be part of that. And so the pre-trib rapture, I would suggest, is something that is based on a faulty idea that is not defended in Scripture. And we have Tim LaHaye admitting that. We have Hal Lindsey admitting that there is not a single verse that tells us of the timing of the pre-trib rapture. So it was hard for me to give that up. I just want you to know. So I'm not attacking people who believe that, but I just don't think you'll find it in Scripture. If you do, let me know. And don't send me videos or watch this guy. No, just show me the Scripture. I've watched those videos. I've made some of those videos. Show me the Scripture, and then I'd love to see that.